Hold the door, please! Her voice rang out, bright and breathless, down the glassy hallway of Zenith Towers, the skyscraper where ambition wore designer suits. Amaka sprinted, clutching a mop bucket that sloshed dangerously. She was stunning in the effortless way of women who didn't try to be. Glowing brown skin that caught light like polished bronze, big dark eyes framed by curled lashes, and a figure the shapeless cleaner's uniform failed to hide. Her sneakers squeaked on marble as the elevator doors threatened to close. A large hand, tanned, long-fingered, commanding, shot out to stop them. "Careful," said a deep voice, smooth but cold. She darted in, nearly tripping, face burning. "Thank you, sir." He only inclined his head slightly. No smile, no warmth. Just a man in a perfectly cut navy suit, towering and broad-shouldered, his jaw carved like it had never known doubt. A steel watch hugged his wrist. Power clung to him like cologne. The elevator hummed. Amaka kept her gaze on the floor tiles, but curiosity won for a heartbeat. One glance upward, and her stomach fluttered. Bryant Cole, CEO, the ghost in every rumor. A man said to run $1 billion empire with zero mercy and zero social life. People swore he'd fired a vice president via text and hadn't laughed since college. His face was striking. Straight nose, firm mouth, eyes like winter, dark, assessing, impossible to read. He didn't look at her once. Amaka exhaled when the elevator pinged and he strode out, leaving a whiff of clean leather and danger. 10 minutes later, she entered the 12th floor executive suite, mop in hand, and nearly dropped it. Same man, same suit, behind a desk the size of her entire bedroom. "You again," he said flatly. She froze. "Sir, I was told to clean here." "It's fine." He gestured vaguely. "Do your job." Her pulse thundered. She worked silently, praying not to spill a drop. Bryant watched from behind his laptop. At first, only because her sudden entrance broke his concentration. But then, she didn't glance up, didn't giggle or fawn like others. She scrubbed steadily, almost graceful, humming under her breath. The smell of soap and faint coconut hair oil reached him. He found himself curious. Bryant Cole was used to admiration. Assistants froze when he spoke. Women at events tried too hard. Expensive perfume, rehearsed charm. He'd long decided dating was a distraction. But this cleaner, she slipped out of his office without even stealing a second look. Days later, he saw her again, laughing with fellow cleaners in the lobby. She threw her head back when she laughed, unselfconscious. Another time in the cafeteria, eating plain rice while scrolling an ancient phone. Then one Sunday, leaving his private gym, he spotted her in a modest floral dress, Bible in hand. She stopped dead like a caught deer. He smirked faintly. "Running away won't work." "I wasn't running," she stuttered. "Get in." "I'll drive you." "Oh, no, sir, it's fine." "Don't argue with your CEO." That unexpected tease, dry, but with a trace of amusement, made her lips twitch. She obeyed. He drove her through narrow streets to a small, aging apartment block. No judgment on his face, just quiet questions. "Do you always go to church alone?" "Yes." "My mom likes the early service." She half expected a patronizing comment. None came. Only a thoughtful nod. That short ride lodged itself somewhere neither of them expected. A week later, she was back in his office. This time, Bryant broke the silence. "Do you always mop floors like you're in a sword fight?" Her eyes flew up. "Excuse me? You look angry at the dirt." A laugh escaped before she could stop it. "Maybe it deserves it." His mouth almost curved. "Dinner. Friday." Her mop stilled. "Me?" "Yes, you." She shook her head quickly. "Sir, please don't mock me." "I don't mock. I'm a cleaner." "And?" he asked, one brow raised. "I can't. People will talk. Let them." Her throat tightened. "You don't understand. They already talk. For the first time in his life, Bryant Cole heard a no from someone who wasn't afraid of him, just afraid of the world. And instead of bruising his ego, it intrigued him. He persisted, not with grand gestures, but small ones. A coffee left on her cart with no note. Arranging her cleaning schedule so she'd avoid late nights. Greeting her with a quiet, "Good morning, Amaka," that made her co-workers whisper. Finally, worn down by curiosity and his quiet steadiness, she agreed. Their first dinner was chaos, for her. The restaurant was all glass and chandeliers. She barely touched her steak, feeling stares. "Relax," Bryant said softly. "They're not looking because you're a cleaner. They're looking because you're stunning," she blushed. "You're lying." "Try me," he deadpanned. Over time, the ice melted. He was dryly funny, shockingly attentive. She teased him about not knowing how to cook noodles. He teased her about her cracked phone. One evening, he slid a new phone across the table. "Bryant, I said I don't." "You need it. I'm tired of borrowing my assistant's line to call you." "You're impossible," she said, "and you're stubborn." He said, smiling. For the first time, Bryant felt alive outside boardrooms. But the world noticed, and wasn't kind. They stood side by side at a neon-lit basketball game, lights flashing, laughter and music all around. Amaka had just sunk a perfect shot and threw her hands up, grinning. Bryant smirked faintly. "Show off." "You're just mad I'm winning," she teased. He chuckled low, then grew quiet, hands sliding into his pockets. The arcade's noise faded in her ears when he looked at her. Really looked. "Amaka," he said softly, with a rare uncertainty. "I want you to be my girlfriend." Her breath caught. "Bryant?" He raised an eyebrow. "What? Scared I'll keep losing to you?" She laughed, nervous and thrilled all at once. "People will talk." "Let them." He said it simply, like fact, not challenge. Something in her chest shifted, fear loosening just enough to let joy through. She smiled, small but sure. "I'll be your girlfriend," she said. His first real smile flickered then, quick and breathtaking. The one no one at Zenith Towers had ever seen. "Cleaner turned Madam Abi," a colleague sneered when Amaka wore a simple dress he'd bought. "Don't forget us when you're chopping CEO's money," another said. Amaka hid in the bathroom, crying quietly. When Bryant found her later, his jaw clenched. "Who made you cry?" "No one." "Amaka." His voice softened. "Listen to me. You're with me because I chose you. Don't let cowards decide your worth." She nodded, but doubt lingered. The first real fight came when he asked her to move in. "It's just a house," he said. "Big, quiet, safe." "No." Her voice was sharp. "Why?" "Because I don't belong there." "People will call me a gold digger. I don't care what people think." "Well, I do," she snapped. "You don't know what it's like to be whispered about every day." His face hardened. "So my love isn't enough?" She flinched. "Don't twist it." They argued late into the night, his pride against her fear. She left in tears. Bryant, who commanded empires, sat alone in silence for the first time in years. Days turned to weeks. She ignored his calls, burying herself in work and church. Love didn't erase humiliation. Bryant grew quieter at work, more distant. His assistant said he looked human, tired. One rainy night, he appeared outside her church. "You're avoiding me," he said simply. "I can't do this, Bryant." "Why?" "I don't fit in your world." "You belong wherever you choose to belong," he said, voice low. "Don't let small minds cage you." "It's not that simple. It is for me." His voice cracked slightly, the first break in his armor. "I love you." The words froze her. Bryant Cole, who never smiled, never dated, never softened, loved her. "I need time," she whispered. "Take your time," he said, but his eyes betrayed fear. He leaned forward, pecked her, and handed his umbrella to her. Something in Amaka melted that evening. Weeks later, Amaka came home to find Bryant sitting on their worn sofa beside her stunned mother, a bouquet in hand. "Good evening, Ma," he said, polite, almost nervous. Mama Inkichi served him steaming jollof with shaking hands. Bryant, billionaire, feared CEO, ate happily, complimented the food, asked about her late husband. "Amaka tells me you raised her alone," he said quietly. "I lost my father young. I know how hard that is." Mama Nkechi's eyes softened. Later, in the kitchen, she whispered to Amaka, "He is proud, yes, but love has made him humble. Don't let fear steal your happiness." Amaka wiped her eyes. Maybe courage was love's true price. They mended slowly, apologies on both sides. He learned patience. She learned self-worth. Months later, at a quiet, candlelit dinner, he slid a small box across the table. "You're stubborn," she teased through tears. "And you love it," he said, slipping the ring on. She walked down the aisle months later, radiant, no longer the timid cleaner who hid in elevators. Some of those who once mocked her clapped the loudest, stunned silent by the woman she'd become. Bryant Cole, the man who never smiled, watched her with tears in his eyes. And for the first time, the ruthless CEO looked utterly, beautifully human, and he changed just because of the beautiful cleaner he bumped into in an elevator.